double up, this deception trap, this illusion of choice. Make believe you have a voice. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. If you don't know, it's what the ruling class use to keep a population comatose. Two sides of the same wall, built upon the lost liberties of us all. That's something they don't want you to know. But don't worry, let's get back to the show. I can farm anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
I believe we heard that before. Something about change and we can do more. To this, we must agree. Not. For a change is needed for a future that's free. So say no to this mockery of democracy, this deception stage. Let's find our free minds, the key to the cage. For democracy is not about mob rule, to set up a face to rule us all. It's the right of choice in the matter at hand, and to find our free voice and decide as a whole who and what and when we can.
Are you coming down to use loud payments here?
So have that debate with your fellow man. Realize the truth and your right to stand over a land, to make our way over a land forward and free, in a place where independence can be. To rise above that wall and that fake debate, organize, liberate, create a structure to build a free state. A place where Punch and Judy cannot survive, for the strings are cut, means no more lies. And now, with that freedom found, that sledgehammer comes crashing down. Down upon that two-faced wall. Realize the lies that had us fall. And feel that truth. Inside, rise. Breaking free from all those lies. That a humankind no longer bound means a world with our freedom found.
How can that be power when you keep scared to show your face?
Message to Frank Bruno, stop that car!
I just checked in and I'm waiting instructions from the Grand Poobah, Alex Jones. He is my leader. Alex Jones is my leader. Whatever he says, I do. That's possibly quite true. I haven't seen his megaphone yet. He doesn't need a megaphone. It's just the gravitational force was personality. Disruptive times will continue.
We should ask them that. If we go in the press office
You have the mounds.
where's Shilky? Shilky's coming. Shilky, can you talk to him for a second? Come on over here. Shilky Carlo is the master of ceremonies. No, you're one of the main organizers of this, doing a great job. People on Ustream want to know, but also this crowd wants to know what the plan is for myself and others to speak, where that's going to kick off. We know where that is yet.
Today we kind of got overnight day, and then tomorrow we've got our Bilderberg Spring Summit, which will culminate with myself talking at 6 o'clock. Dave London talking at 5 o'clock. What's it from Julie last Monday? Julie from the Express Report. So
But by the way, I'm happy to go before David. Like I don't want to be above him on the bill. Okay, good. That's how I want it. Good. He said 5. That's good. Because I want to be able to sit there and see the whole crowd and everybody.
Yeah, but it's going to be huge crowds. Like that's exactly what we need to do. This
So say the times again for everybody that's out there watching.
Okay, David Icke's talking at 5 p.m. Alex Jones is talking.
Wait, that's good. And then who else is speaking?
Paul Joseph Watson.
Paul speaking. That's a man of few words right there. What are you going to speak about, Watson?
Bilderberg, I think.
Yeah, what is this? It doesn't exist. They built a steel fence up there. And
We're all crazy.
well, no, it's okay, ma'am. Come on here and talk to us.
What do you think about the exposure of the American telephone companies giving all their stuff to the security?
Well, what happened is the whole NSA scandal. Oh, don't leave yet, Silk. There's no question. It was all in the Telecommunications Act of '96 that they were expanding spy hubs into every system. And it was already going on before that. So we've always known. And then I would hold up the Telecommunications Act and say, here it is. It was all a fact then. They'd say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, hoping the public wouldn't go look up all the documents. But it was always public. It's just now it's admitted that it's being used against the general public. Just like your hacking scandal, they don't need to hack over in our country or do things like reportedly Piers Morgan does. They just go right in and dial right into your phone, right into your computer. I mean, Google has been caught over and over again. Why aren't they going to jail? Driving around with their cars, breaking into people's phones, breaking into people's computers. That's what the Google cars do. So it just shows how shadow government has gotten really she's very smart and good, but almost nutty and buys into the propaganda. But when I say 1776, we're talking about just freedom worldwide against the globalists. That's the new monarchy. That's the new fat cats in there. And they don't even want us to know they exist.
You could discreetly make your way to near the press area. So anybody obviously found in the press area in 5 minutes, obviously will know they're an agent. Ladies and gentlemen, it's permitted to be angry as you like, but only within the confines of this place. You cannot be angry anywhere else. If you want to project your anger, this is the place to do it. Let it out now.
But also, on the other hand, when it's returned to us, it feels weird to say that. How are you taking in everything?
It's been an interesting day. Like we've been hanging around here waiting for David to come, and as soon as he's going to arrive,
People dumping their heads in through the little tarp. So it's been incredibly, very busy.
I should say for people who are watching on that this week, but tonight, like this is League of We Are Change. The guy, you don't know who featured in our building. You regularly confront people like this.
Now you're going to interview me.
It looks that way.
On the receiving end for once.
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, so first off, I think what you do is really important.
That's alright.
Go on, Dave. Who's the best goalkeeper competition ever had?
Is that done by fake praise?
I used to watch him every Saturday. We could go keeper. Go on, Dave. Go on, Dave.
Backstage, please.
Dave, can you sign my books later? I've got a bit.
There
I
is.
queued up for half an hour and then they kicked me away.
Oh, good. Come and see me afterwards.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I think everyone's asking if people can sit down, the more people at the back can see. Thank you. I've been involved in organising this event because thanks to people like David and Alex's work, I've been aware of the Bilderberg meetings for a while. And I went to Channel 4 once during Bilderberg just a few years ago, and I said, why aren't you covering the Bilderberg meeting? And the news anchor, who I won't name, said, oh, you're not one of those, are you? We're all one of those, and we know what's going on in there. And it's thanks to people like David's work. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but I just want to say thank you so much for being here. By the way, the police thought that there'd be about 300 of us. And credit to you. Credit to you for coming out, for taking the time out and making your voice heard. It means so much, and I'm glad it's been worthwhile. So I think
Thank you. And the people gathered to say, enough! You know, this is a historic weekend. This is an historic moment in the history of uncovering the evil and treachery and conspiracy that has directed and misdirected the lives of humanity for thousands of years. And there's a spirit looking down upon us at the moment, and he's got a big smiling face and he's got a big hat on. And until very recently, we used to know him as Jim Tucker. And Jim Tucker, decades ago, was on the case when no one had virtually heard of the Bilderberg group, let alone what it connects to. And I remember in 1995, long time ago now, that I went to my first Bilderberg location. It was in Switzerland, a place called Bergenstock. And Jim did a round-robin email to not too many people in those days saying the Bilderberg meeting this year is in Bergenstock, Switzerland. Story of my life since my head blew off in 1990. A few weeks earlier, I'd arranged to go and meet and stay with some friends in Switzerland about 2 hours away. So I went down on the first day. It was a big hotel, there's three of them, the Park, the Palace and the Grand. It's like something out of James Bond. And there were the guys with the name tags on and all that stuff, putting the fences up. There was virtually no one there. In terms of protest, no one. Jim must have been around somewhere, but I didn't see him. I then, during the actual event itself, when it started, went back. And this time you couldn't even get onto the mountain, never mind close to the hotels. Right in the far distance, you could not see where they were meeting. That's what happened in those days. Well, symbolism is very, very powerful because it visually gives you a fix on where we are. And Bilderberg and everything that it stands for is no longer at the top of the mountain where we cannot see it. We are in its freaking grounds. And it ain't seen nothing yet. I think the best thing that you can do to understand the world and to understand yourself is to realize it ain't you that's mad, It's the world we live in, and it's the people who run it. That's when the penny drops. Because what we've got is a situation where insanity has become normal. And this is how it happens. You're born into a madhouse, but you're told it's sane. You grow up in a madhouse. There's nothing that you ever see that isn't in the madhouse. And so to you, madness is normal. And when someone comes along and says, this ain't normal, this is madness, they say, you're bloody mad. And you know, the mainstream media, you know, bless their cotton socks, are going to have to come to terms very soon with a simple fact. That the person they abused and ridiculed for nearly a quarter of a century was the one who was sane, and the world they believe in is what is insane. Once we realize that dynamic, the world starts to make sense. The world is upside down, and it's full of evil and slaughter and injustice for a simple reason. We, in our sleep up to this point, have allowed evil people to take control of our world. And it's stayed in control through secrecy and by keeping us in ignorance. But suddenly, the ignorance is dispersing. And what's left is the clarity of the situation we face. We live in a world that's upside down. We live in a world that is mad while masquerading as sanity. And I'll give you an example. It's a very topical one. We're sitting here, right? Or I'm standing. Of the inversion of this world. Sitting here are thousands of loving, caring people who want peace and justice and fairness in the world. Yes! Over there is a hotel full of war criminals, parasites, right? Etc. Bankers, need I say more? I think I pronounced it correctly. And the police are protecting them from us. Police, you should be protecting us from them. What are you doing? But isn't it funny that so often there are some great policemen, there will be some great policemen around here and some not very nice ones. This is the world we live in. What are you doing? Shall I do a dance to keep you down? Yeah. And so we have a situation where we have police that are very, genuine, although they're being sifted out more and more, and we have police that are not very nice. But what the point I'm making here is, the police are not from the elite 1%. The police are from the people, and yet they gravitate to protect the elite 1%. This is crazy. Police, join us. We are you, you are us. And I'll give you another fantastic inversion. Bombing cities of civilians to protect them from violence. And there's the mainstream, but oh no, it's the Arab Spring, they're fighting for their freedom. I'll tell you what the Arab Spring is in one single sentence. People with brown faces being played off against people with brown faces so that people with white faces can steal their land. That's what it's about. And we have an inversion in the media so much that we actually have a newspaper in this country that is owned by a Russian oligarch and a former employee of the KGB, and it calls itself The Independent. The world is crazy and upside down.
And I'm here to tell you how to stop them. Fight them with information. Fight them with truth. Fight them with art. And never give up and realize that we are. And realize that we are in a war. That they are attacking us. That they are attacking our families. That they are attacking our nations. That they are attacking our cultures. They want us absolutely neutralized so they can take over this planet. And I'm going to break that down today. But first off, I want to say this. The globalists absolutely are angry today to know the shadow government and the periscope of their subterranean world tyranny that has popped up just a few hundred yards away from us, the Bilderberg group. They have fought for 60 years to maintain their secrecy, and they have threatened their reporters and their media institutions all over the world that they would be fired if they ever even wrote the words Bilderberg. And now all of us together and the real media have forced this out in the open. And I'm here to tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, today is the true beginning of the fall of the Bilderberg group. Today is just the beginning of the fall of the dinosaur deception media. And today can truly be marked as one of the key points on the map of history of when humanity rose up and the sleeping giant prepared to defeat the globalists. No one can deny, and you know it in your gut, you know it in your spirit, you know it in your mind, that this is a historical day. And for all of you that ran the gauntlet to get here and spent money you didn't have and slept in ditches, to all of you, you are part of history, and I salute you. Inside there now are the sons and daughters and the children of some of the most evil people this world has ever seen, a true synthesis of evil. But out here is a true synthesis of free humanity facing them.